From Peoria, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Sandra Hall and Brett Lemick. Our news anchors are Jennifer French and Lawson Barger. News interviewer is Joanna Maggio. And the Midstate News team. State of the Arts with Stanzi Wolf. Sports with Brian Beto, Drew Clark, and Danny Chonakis. Amanda Swanson takes us about town. And Daniel Shore takes us exploring Bradley. Lamara Johnson is our street team. Casey Schwartz says, let's eat. Anna Deep is in need. Shannon Pierce says, get real. And on beat with Rihanna Pouncey. Our Tech Talk segment, producer and host is Troy Amick. And now, from America's friendliest city, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Sandra Hall and Brett Lemick. Take it away, kids.
Tonight is the night
to have a great fright.
Don't be surprised nor scared.
Just be prepared.
For tonight
is Halloween.
Welcome to the ghouliest,
spookiest,
most thrilling special edition of Halloween on Midstate Magazine. I'm your host, Sandra Hall.
And I'm your other host, Brett Lemick.
So today is Halloween.
I'm so excited.
So Brett, what are you for Halloween?
Well, I decided to be a figure skater.
Figure skater?
But I didn't have a figure skating outfit, so I decided to be a football player. I looked at myself in the mirror today and I said, what do I look like? Football player was the answer.
Very nice. What position are you?
You know, a strong defensive tackle.
Yeah, I like that.
What about you?
I'm just a peasant, French maid.
Just a French maid.
Yes, cleaning up and everything, so.
You can clean out the locker room when we're done with it.
No.
No?
No. Like bigger places, like maybe haunted mansions to clean up. Maybe we could talk about later in the show, or even our favorite Halloween candy.
Oh,
some Halloween jokes.
I have so many. Okay, I'm getting too excited. We'll talk about that later. Let's go to news first with Jennifer and Lawson.
Heart attack at like 30. Thank you, Sandra and Brett. I'm Lawson Barger.
And I'm Jennifer French. Thanks for joining us this evening. Morton's annual pumpkin chucking contest allowed participants to compete by throwing a pumpkin as far as possible, using machines or just their arms. The winner used a machine to shoot the pumpkin over 3,000 feet.
An estimated 100,000 people crowded onto the Boston Common to shatter the world record for the most jack-o'-lanterns lit in one place this month. After a day of slicing, scooping, and sculpting pumpkins, the old record set by Keene, New Hampshire was broken and over 30,000 lit pumpkins filled the streets. The event also raised thousands of dollars for charities. The Peoria Public Library has big plans for the future. Library officials are hoping to pursue a $35 million expansion and renovation project. The proposed plans are not only following the growth and development of the city of Peoria, but the growth of technology. The next public hearing is Wednesday, November 1st at 7 p.m. at Dunlap Middle School.
An Alzheimer's memory wall recently visited the Eastland Mall in Bloomington Normal. The wall has been on tour since November 2005, and so far it has been in 12 cities nationwide. The memory wall is the combined effort of State Farm and Lisa Gibbons to spread awareness of Alzheimer's.
People are becoming more aware of it, but not fast enough. There should be a cure for it, and the more awareness brings more research. More research will bring, a cure eventually. That's a lot.
With handwritten personal tributes to caregivers and their loved ones affected by memory disorders. The tour concludes in November when the whole wall will be displayed in Washington, D.C. More than 50 balloon artists from across the globe helped sculptor Larry Moss create a 10-room, 10,000 square foot walk-through haunted house made entirely of latex balloons. The Balloon Manor and its inhabitants fill a wing of the Medley Center Mall. The tour is expected to draw up to 15,000 people and raise as much as $50,000 for a hospital cancer center and the Teens Living for Cancer support group. Now to Joanna Maggio on the interview set.
Thank you, Jennifer and Lawson. Phi Kappa Tau fraternity has a tradition of scaring people for a cause. Jay Spitzer is the treasurer for this organization that fills us with fear every Halloween season. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Pretty good. About yourself?
Good, thank you. So just tell me about the haunted house. How did it come about?
Well, it came about 15 years ago. We had another philanthropy event we did. It got canceled, and the guys needed something to do around haunted Halloween season. So they came up with this great idea of making our house into a haunted house.
So how many rooms are involved with the haunted house?
We have 3 main common rooms, and then we turn every common room into little sub-rooms, so there will be about 20 different themed rooms in our house.
What kind of themes?
We have a clown room, a rage cage, an insane asylum, a forest, a junkyard, a grave, and a bedroom that's turned into like a creepy bedroom thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. So how much preparation does it take in order to get the haunted house all together?
It takes about a month before Halloween. We start building it during fall break. We go out, get all the supplies, and we have to start building right away because it takes many hours to build.
How many guys are involved in the haunted house?
Every night there's about 60 guys working it. We are required to work it all nights, so 60, 70 guys are working and scaring every night.
How much is it, and where does the money go towards?
It's $5 for Bradley students, $6 for general public, and the money goes to the Paul Newman Hole in the Wall Game Camp. It's for terminally ill kids. It's an organization that sends kids to go to camp for 2 weeks during the summer, completely free, so the children can live a life that they're meant to live.
So how much money do you typically raise?
We usually raise about $10,000 to $15,000 a year, and that's been going on for 15 years now.
So 15 years. So how long do you think it'll last?
It'll last for a while. I'd say until we get a new fraternity house because we beat it up pretty good, but we'll be doing it for a while.
So out of all the rooms, which ones are your favorites?
I like the clown room the most, and the corn maze. We turn our back court into a corn maze. That's pretty cool also.
Oh, wow. Okay, so and when can we go?
Actually, tonight you can come, 7 to midnight. We'll be open. Just come out for Halloween. It'll be a great time.
Oh, so which rooms are your personal favorites? Which ones did you help with?
Which one did I help build? I didn't really help build the rooms. We have a lot of guys that are engineers that build the rooms, but I was more painting and stuff like that, so I didn't really make one exact room.
I'm sure it's still fun.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. Back to you, Jennifer and Lawson.
Thank you, Joanna. My Dog's Bakery didn't forget about the animals that warm our hearts this Halloween. The store hosted a trick-or-treat for your pet week. There were different events each day, and pet owners dressed up their pets in costumes. The bakery also hosted a Howl-O-Ween party on the 28th. Dog owners decorated treats for their pets and had their pictures taken. Funds from the events were donated to the Foster Pet Outreach.
Students at Bradley University celebrated Breast Cancer Awareness Month with sales of t-shirts that read, "I Heart Boobs," to raise money for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. A balloon release ceremony concluded the month in remembrance of all those affected by this disease. Connie Moser of Bradley University encourages people to become more aware of this disease.
There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about it, and how blessed I am that I'm a 6-year survivor.
Doctors advise that women have an annual mammogram as well as perform monthly self-exams for early detection. Bradley men's basketball season is on the horizon with emotions still riding high after last year's amazing Sweet 16 performance. The Braves will have to cope with a lot of adversity as well as the loss of many key players if they want to repeat last season's success. With that, we go to Brian Beto.
Thanks, Lawson. I'm joined here today with fifth-year assistant men's basketball coach Eric Bishu. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
No problem, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Well, first, let's get last year out of the way. How was the ride? And more importantly, better, more appropriate question, how sweet was the ride?
Well, it was pretty sweet, I'll tell you that. You know, I know players dream of playing in the NCAA tournament and being a part of that atmosphere and everything, and I can tell you coaches do too. And just the support we had from the fans and just the atmosphere of a tournament game. You know, I feel fortunate that we got into the tournament and that we had the season we did, but it was great to experience a couple wins and go on that ride as well.
Certainly had to have been probably the highlight of your coaching career to this point.
It was an awful lot of fun.
But moving on this year now, what can we expect out of the 06-07 Braves? Obviously you've lost a lot of players to graduation and the NBA draft and whatnot. What can we expect from this year's version?
Well, I think first of all, you know, we have to try to build on the success we had last year. And I'm hoping that when the season starts, that'll give us some confidence. And I think it will. I noticed, you know, our workouts in the spring and fall and our first week of practice up to this point, I see an air of confidence in our guys that I think has carried over. And I think what you'll see is a fun basketball team. We're not quite as big as we were last year or maybe quite as deep up front, but we're very quick. We are very smart. I think we'll do a lot of, pressure defense, getting out in passing lanes, trying to up-tempo the game. And I think we'll be very capable of doing that. And I just think we'll have a team that's a lot of fun, but that's going to guard you every night and just compete like heck to win games.
Well, a lot's been made about a lot of the rest of the conference this year, in particular Southern Illinois, Creighton being towards the top end. Bradley right now is sort of flying under the radar. Can you use that, and how do you use that as sort of an advantage going into the season, knowing that people might not expect as much this year as they maybe did last year?
Well, I think that's okay to fly under the radar. I really do. And I think it's natural when you lose, 4 guys who were very key components of your team last year. There's a little unknown about your team. So I think when you look at, I try not to get into the rankings and the publications and all that, but I think from their standpoint, Southern returns everybody. Creighton, replaces Matthews with Funk, and Wichita's got everybody but one back. And I just think, they're a little more known. I think we're a little more unknown, but I also think that, we've watched some tape with our guys from last year and shown them some very good segments where the 5 guys on the floor are 5 guys that are sitting in the room now, and they're back on our team. So yeah, we lost some key components, but I think we have some very good players coming back, and I think that, we can take those preseason rankings and things of that nature and use them as a little bit of a motivator.
Well, lastly, this is your 5th year here, also Coach Les's 5th year here, and it seems like you guys are intent on establishing more of a program than just a one sort of season thing, and certainly made a lot of progress. One of the key components is you and your father. I want you, is Chuck Bisher, who's been involved with the program the last few years. Tell us about how it's meant to coach with him.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I think, first of all, for me, I think you're a product of your environment. And, so growing up, I was around basketball all the time, and I think a lot of my philosophies as a coach and how I handle things, on the floor, in the office, I think I got from him. I obviously he's my father, and I have great respect for him in that regard, but I have great respect for him as a coach, and you learn every day. And sometimes you sit back and watch Coach Les, who's got great experience, my father, who's got great experience, guys like that, you just try to learn from every day. And, it's been a lot of fun, not just learning from him, but also, that's your father you're looking at every day. And I think we have a great relationship, so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, thanks, Coach, for joining us and taking the time out of your busy schedule as the season nears. Got the preseason opener at Carver coming up this coming Saturday. Looking forward to that, so thanks for joining us today. That's it for today. We'll go back to you, Jennifer and Lawson.
Thanks, Brian. In this week's Oddly Enough, the principal of Park High School in Livingston, Montana recently returned from a 6-day suspension for pulling a student's soccer jersey over his head and giving him a wedgie at a junior varsity soccer game. During a special school district board meeting, the public was allowed to comment on the incident. Eric Marcelli also issued a tearful apology to the students, parents, and community members for his actions. Well, thanks for joining us at Midstate News. I'm Lawson Barger.
And I'm Jennifer French. Have a safe Halloween.
Thanks, Lawson and Jennifer. That was pretty spooky.
Yeah, I've heard of wedgies, but like over your head, that's like a super wedgie.
Not safe at all.
No, definitely not. Around Halloween, people are going to get riled up and a lot of unsafe stuff going on.
Right. I think we should touch base on the safety tips we should have on Halloween.
Definitely.
All right, well, for instance, young children should make sure they trick-or-treat with an adult.
Yeah, that's very important.
And carry a flashlight. It will be dark outside, so to make sure you're able to see. And go to houses that have lights on. You don't want to go to houses that have no lights on. You never know what could pop out on you.
That'd be very scary.
Yes, that would be spooky.
And also wearing all like black or dark clothes. I've had friends like back in 7th grade when we were trick-or-treating, and I was a little bit smaller than I am now, but believe it or not. And he'd just wear all black and, cars, he'd get pretty close to a car and cars wouldn't see him. So it's very important
we have to watch out for that. And
be visible.
Whenever you get candy, make sure you say thank you, of course, have manners, and don't open your candy till you get home.
And make sure it's good candy too.
Good candy.
We'll get to that later, what is good candy. But first, let's go to some haunted locations with About Town with Amanda Need and In Need with Anna Deep.
This year, try something different with your family. The Wildlife Prairie Park puts together an annual Halloween event that just might be your style. The Scary Park spends months planning in advance.
We start by getting donations and sponsorships for the event itself, and then the physical setup. We have to go along and put props up along the tracks. There's a lot of pumpkin carving.
In fact, they carved over 50 pumpkins this year, and volunteers stuffed over 5,000 bags of candy. The Wildlife Prairie Park volunteers have used their magic to transform this state park into a Halloween treat for the youngins and a spooky trick for those brave at heart. The main attraction is the eerie train that takes passengers through the whole park. The mix of wildlife and ghostly decorations will make the trip memorable.
They can come out and have a fun Halloween, get a little scared, but not necessarily send them into having nightmares for weeks to come.
The kids will still get to trick-or-treat with the many stops where local organizations pass out candy. The staff and volunteers enjoy the event as much as the kids.
It's just a very, very lovely thing to see the children and the parents together doing a family thing.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Amanda Swanson, and I'll see you about town.
Today is Halloween, and there's one haunted house you don't want to miss out on. The Grandview Hotel was once a target for crime, drugs, and murder, but now it's transformed into a haunted house to draw in patrons one more time. Eric Hashke is in charge of designing the event.
We did not focus on any of those personal tragedies that happened. We just kind of went with the overall mystique of this place. When you walked into it, before we set anything up, it was a very frightening place to be in.
The owner of the hotel decided to turn it into a charity event before the building gets demolished next week. It was easy for Hashke to organize the event, working with Peoria players.
We have our own staff of actors, we have our lighting people, our sound people, we have a huge prop and costume department. We're a theater house, so we have all this material on hand, and we were ready to go.
The owner of the building hopes to raise $20,000 for 4 charities: the Habitat for Humanity, Southside Office for Concern, Special Olympics, and Heart of Illinois Down Syndrome.
Although this haunted house was built for fundraising, there's many chilling surprises, so enter at your own risk.
One of the first stops in the guided tour will be sure to send chills down your spine.
And the people waiting out in the lobby there heard her screaming, and one girl refused to even come in. She wouldn't even come in, she just left. She already paid.
If you can't take the thrill, you can always make an emergency exit. But this is one haunted house you won't see again next year. For Midstate Magazine, this is Anna.
Anna?
What happened to her?
Okay, I hope she's okay. I don't know.
See, I think they want me to go back and clean back the hotel I left behind. But
wait, you cleaned at that hotel?
Long story.
Okay.
Let's move on.
So we have Halloween, we have haunted house. Where did it all start? Like, I know you're pretty informed, so I'm sure you can give me a little lesson.
Just a little bit. Now, Halloween was brought to North America by the immigrants from Europe, and they would sit around a bonfire, share ghost stories, tell fortunes, all that kind of
I'm so
stuff.
scared. Like, I'm a big guy, but I'm scared of all those ghost stories. And
you're scared?
Yeah.
I'm even scared. I'm even worried. But yeah, Halloween is a Celtic calendar. On Celtic calendar, it was on October 31st. So today we're celebrating the pagan holidays. So
I'm ready to celebrate. Why don't we celebrate by going to Get Real with Shannon Pierce?
Thank you, Sandra and Brett. Happy Halloween, everyone! In honor of today's holiday, we are going to take a look at a film that is still considered one of Hollywood's most influential horror films, even though it was released 46 years ago. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Psycho stars Janet Leigh as Marion Crane, and Anthony Perkins plays the creepy Norman Bates. The supporting cast includes Vera Miles and John Gavin. Crane is a woman on the run after stealing $40,000 from work. She decides to check into the Bates Motel for a few nights, where she will discover a terrifying secret. The film may be old and in black and white, but it can still bring an incredible amount of fear to the viewer through carefully worded dialogue.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Yes. Sometimes Just one time can be enough.
It also uses innovative camera angles that often jolt the audience, and no matter how many times you see it, the famous shower scene, which contains over 90 splices, is still the best death scene ever captured on film. Also, keep an eye out for Hitchcock's trademark cameo and references to his other fear-inducing film, The Birds.
Hitchcock's brilliance is shown once again in Psycho. It is my favorite horror film, and I recommend that you go rent it right now. But remember, lock that bathroom door when showering in a motel. For Get Real, I'm Shannon Pierce. Back to you, Sandra and Brett.
Thanks, Shannon.
It's a pretty scary
Remember
movie.
that movie? Oh my God, I saw that once. I was done. I couldn't watch it no more.
That's why I don't go see
scared
it.
me. No.
I think this
So,
bandana is messing up my head. Do you have a mirror? I know you have a mirror. Come on,
I
let me
have a
see.
mirror right here.
Okay. My hair's all messed. You know you're a co-host. You know you're a host when you're worrying about your hair. Did you actually know that broken mirrors are seven years bad luck, I think it is?
Really?
Yeah.
Put down my mirror. I think I'm gonna get that later.
Okay. We'll leave that right there.
But did you know that if you see a spider on Halloween, it's a sign of a loved one watching over you?
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Wow. Well, I'll think about that. But let's go to Street Team with Lamar Johnson.
I'm Lamar Johnson, and today we're in Williams Hall trying to find out how much people know about Halloween. All right, so do you know why the colors of Halloween and fall are orange and black?
Some of the leaves are orange, and the bark on the trees is black.
Pumpkins and darkness, I would guess.
Do you know the name of the movie with the serial killer Michael Myers?
I'm not sure. Austin Powers?
Okay.
Is that, what's that? The Shining?
Can you tell me the first day of fall?
No.
September 21st.
Well, if you're talking about meteorological fall, then the first day is September 1st, because that consists of the months of September, October, and November. If you're talking about astronomical fall, which is the fall you're probably thinking of, then the first day, I believe, is somewhere around September 20th.
Do you know the holiday is celebrated the day after Halloween?
No. I don't really celebrate Halloween. I went to a Christian school, so they made us all dress up as biblical figures.
So there you have it, people's basic knowledge about Halloween. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Lamar Johnson. Back to you, Sandra and Brett.
Thanks, Lamar. See, we were telling them Halloween stuff. Why are you laughing at me?
I can't take you seriously when you're wearing that.
Brett, put the glasses on. It's time
Would
for
it
the
make
Halloween
you happy?
jokes.
Would it make
Yes.
you happy? Okay. There.
Thank
now
you.
I officially look like
a Halloween. Yes.
Yes.
So, why do demons and ghouls hang out together?
I don't know why. These are making me dizzy.
Because demons are a ghoul's best friend.
You know, Sandra loves her corny jokes. Here's a corny joke. What did the skeleton say to the vampire?
I don't know. What did this say?
You suck.
Hilarious.
You like that?
I like that a lot.
Well, let's go to State of the Arts with Claire Johnson.
Thanks, guys. Tonight we have a monster mash to get all your toes and tentacles tapping. Here's Rooster Alley performing Hallway to Hell.
All right, we're gonna do one off the CD, Hallways to Hell. Demons coming in the heat of the night. Demons coming in the heat of the night. Demons coming in the heat of the night. Cold sweat, no closing in. Cold ground is closing in. Cold ground is closing in. Breathing fire and breathing sand. How? Sitting down here and I feel so well. Sitting down here and I feel so well. Sitting down here and I'm feeling so well. Welcome people to the halls of hell. The halls of hell. Thank you.
What a spooky song. I'll see you cool cats next week. For State of the Arts, I'm Claire Johnson. Back to you, Sandra and Brett.
Thanks, Claire. Holy
That was
cow,
really
I
good.
like that.
I'll have to get that CD
jamming.
after the show.
Yeah, I gotta check that out then. So
I wish I could play harmonica like that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So
Okay.
man, great show.
Good.
Halloween.
I had fun, you know.
Oh, lots of fun.
Hanging out, getting dressed up. It's always a pleasure.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be trick or treating later tonight. Around what time you want to go?
I don't know. Maybe 6:30, 7.
We'll find out something.
We'll get the details done later.
Yeah, you have to make sure you know the right thing to say whenever you go to somebody's door.
Yes.
Trick or treat, smell my feet.
Give me something good to eat.
If you don't, I don't care.
Channel 22, 5:30. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Midstate, that's where it's at.
That's right. Be safe. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.